way we were irrigating, there was a lot of waste. We have to conserve water and utilize it better and free it up for other people. You have to find a way to survive, and drip is a way of survival for us.
In the past, it'd just been these mass quantities that we would apply, and generally the top end of the field would get more than the bottom end, and it was never a uniform application. When we switched to drip irrigation, now we're watering with fresh water through drip tape. It's a game changer for the drip, and it's also a game changer for the way that we apply our manure water.
With drip, we've picked up production 20%, and we're saving fertilizer, saving water. That's what farming's all about, is making more with less.
I'm listening to technology, and I'm just trying to figure out, what it's going to make to make it better. With my field, it'd be kind of hard to put a pivot in here. You look, and I got short rows, and it just all of a sudden it gets to half-mile long rows. And when my dealer come down here and talked to me, they had Netafim, and it had that dripper compensation tape in it. Kind of intrigued me, so I started checking into it and visiting with different people, and we went with it, and it's worked very well for me.
Due to the fact of our rolling topography, elevation, creeks and ditches, we don't have a square flat spot where you could put a pivot. So drip is the only way we can go because of that.
As we're harvesting the field right now, what I've noticed is it's more consistent. The sandy ground that typically produces nothing is just as good as the good ground right now. The drip irrigation was 2 to 2.5 feet taller than the unirrigated. And you look at the ears on the drip versus the ears on the unirrigated, it was a substantial difference.
The current farmer is facing several challenges, and one is low commodity prices, and one of the best ways, it seems like, to overcome these lower prices is to increase your yield, and drip irrigation has done that for us.
With the drip irrigation, we've got really high efficiency of fertilizer uptake that way. We'll increase yield with that knowledge. Once you look at all the benefits of it, kind of a no-brainer.
It's cheaper than buying more land, and you don't need another planter, you don't need more help, you don't need another combine, you don't need more seed. Worst case scenario, you need another truck to haul away the bushels. That's a wonderful problem.
We can outproduce the best ground in this area with some of the poorest soils with Netafim drip irrigation.
We were averaging 30% less water. We were using 30% less fertilizer. Our yields increased by 20 to 30%, and our quality actually got better.
When you're in that combine and you hear thumping and the monitor's reading 300 bushel, you just get a big smile on your face.
Instead of running 3 pumps, now I'm down to 2 pumps. I eliminated 1,200 gallons a minute. I'm getting the same coverage over my acreage more evenly. My yields have been better too. It's all underground irrigation. I don't have no erosion, no chemical runoff. It's worked out very, very well.
The drip irrigation, to me, I believe that the future of farming in western Kansas, irrigation farming in western Kansas.
We use a lot less nitrogen. So we don't have the leaching. We're keeping our streams so much safer and the environment so much safer. Having the subsurface drip irrigation, it just levels the playing field to a more consistent environment.
It's important that we leave our land and our resources in good shape for the future and for the generations coming.